Hey YouTube, been a long time to catch you up what's going on in the world of trucks in my life. So if you haven't subscribed, please do that. If you like the video, hit the like button. Hope you like the video. Cheers now. How's it going, YouTube? It's been a very long time since I put a video in, almost 3 months, and even then it was just a bunch of trucks in Scotland. So there's been a lot of people send me messages and ask questions on different videos about what the heck you doing. Are you still trucking? Are you still rolling? Are your truck still there? Or what's happening? So I'll give you a bit of a catch up. I've not been driving a lot myself. I've made a few videos and I've thought they were rubbish, and this is probably going to be rubbish as well, but the T9 still exists. My trucks are still in T9. We had some investors come along and wanted to stick a bunch of cash into the company, and part of that was we formed, to make it cleaner, we formed another company called Grizzly. You've maybe seen that in some of the trucks. And we've got some shareholders in that now. I don't own all of it. I own all my own trucks, but I don't own the whole of the company thing. So my son and our dispatcher and these kind of, I want to say silent investors, but they're investors really. They don't take much to do with the day-to-day stuff. So we set up Grizzly Transport for running the over-the-road stuff. We've set up Grizzly Sand and Gravel for going the oil field, and each of us that have trucks have got our own companies that are leased on to the Grizzly one. Follow? So we've got this company here, and then I've got trucks leased on to it. Paul's got trucks leased on, Wes has got them leased on, Houston's got some leased on, and Justin's going to put some on too. So, and we've got a couple other guys that are coming on this week. So what we were doing, 3 years ago I was driving them on with a yellow truck. Still got the yellow truck. It's still sitting over here in Project Builder Corner, if Jeff ever gets to it. But I'll just give you a rundown of who's got what. Wes has got 4 trucks that are leased onto us. One's in the oil field, 3 are running over the road. Houston's got his truck. Houston drives for me, and he's got another truck of his own that's leased on to Grizzly. Paul has got still driving for me in the green Peterbilt 579, and he's got 3 trucks of his own. He's got one running over the road right now, one leaving here tonight in Idaho Falls to go down to the oil field, and another one coming on next Monday that's in the yard here ready to go, and haul a reefer. Who else we got? Oh yeah, me. I've still got Houston's driving the little T600 Kenworth. Paul's driving that green pack car, and Justin just killed the Volvo last week. So my little 670 Volvo was missing, put it in the workshop, and it needs a $49,000 engine rebuild on it. So it's a lease truck and it had over 900,000 miles on it, so they're just going to take it back. I don't think they'll pay that. I can either buy it off them for parts or can try and repair it. But we'll see. I haven't come up with that decision yet. Still got a couple of trucks in the oil field, and we've got the purple truck that we had before that is down. Oh, it's been off the road for 10 months maybe while they've put it back together. I don't have any payments to make on it. or to pay the repair. It's all under warranty, and it's just taking that long to get the whole deal sorted out. So it's there ready to collect, so I might fly Justin down there this weekend to collect it. And Monday morning, we're trying to set up at the minute a little brokerage thing to do some brokering. Justin's over at the bank just now setting up his business account for his LLC, and he's going to put a truck on, his first one. So it's nice to see these guys that started off driving for you putting trucks on. In fact, that's Paul and Wes and Justin were my original ones, and they've all got their own trucks now. I ain't going to take the credit for all of that, obviously, because they're hard working and done all that, but it's nice to be a part of their progress. What have we got with trucks? The little green Freightliner that I've put on here a couple of times, it is almost ready. We've had a nightmare getting parts for it. It's had a new in-frame on it. It's the 2005 or 6, I think it's a 6, Freightliner Columbia. I'll film it in the shop here and let you have a look at it. We're probably running 12, I've got 10 reefers and a flatbed here that we don't use very often, and we've got a dry van coming in. So we should be running 10 to 12 over the road, and then whatever we can get to work in the oil field will be a bonus. I like the oil field. Anybody that's been in the channel for a while knows that. That's what's happening with the carriers. We've got an office down in Orem, Utah, down there. That that's where admin office, if you like, probably. A lot of stuff still happens here in town, but personally, I've been back to Scotland, and my wife and I met up in New York last week. If you ever want a way to lose a fortune out of your pocket, you go to New York. Let me tell you something, if you think that London or some of these cities are expensive, it's just different. It's a different skilled way to empty your pockets. We get cheap flights in there. My wife flew from Edinburgh for, I think it was $400 or $450, something like that, I can't remember. And mine was about $4 some, just under $5 to go from Salt Lake. And you think, oh, both in New York City. And that should be good until you have to go eat. just different planet. The taxis are high for everything. Everything's high anyway, and if you're within a certain distance of Times Square, there's a city law apparently that says that you can charge you 30% surcharge because you're near Times Square. And who called it Times Square anyway? I've got news for you, New York. I know there's a lot of you, and I don't want to pick a fight with you, but if you're going to call something a square, make sure it's a square. Times Square is like a great big tall skinny X with two roads that cross over in the middle. The square part of it might be, the top end of it and the bottom end, it might be 30 feet wider than the regular road, and it's long and skinny, so it's not a square, all right? Just for your geometry purposes. I'll let you have a look around the yard here and see what we've got lying around, and I'll let you see here. Okay, hold on a minute. Right, so it's in the mid-70s here today in Idaho Falls, and this truck here is the one that Paul's just going to put on the road. It's a 2009, but it's only got 470,000 miles on it, and it's a Detroit with 5,500 horses on it, something like that, a 13 speed. So that's should be a good bit of kit for him. A wee rumble through here. Yeah, nice and toasty, short sleeves today. All can be said for being in New York. Here's the old, I think walking earlier, the yellow one there and the blue one. Currently the plan is to take the engine, the cat engine out the blue one and stick it in the yellow one and make that a dolly bird. That is the plan. This kind of charcoal colour one there, so that's Paul's one that's going down to the oil field. So that should be a good truck for him down there. A nice guy driving it. I don't want to put his name on here till I speak to him about it, but a lot of new guys and things seem to be going. But let me pop inside and let you have a look at the old green one for a second. So this is our little Freightliner here. I need to get a new grill for it. It's not a lot of money. I had all the wheels and tanks all polished up. This had a complete in-frame on it. Put a new one of these tanks on. I can't remember what else we did. A new in-frame kit, new head. We ended up getting new rocker assembly here. The jakes here, there's only half of them on right now because we had to rebuild the jakes because the springs inside them and the little push rods. There you go. A V892 for a bus. Detroit. New turbo. New bunch of stuff down under there. I don't want to say what that is, but AC's all done on it, oil's in it, water's in it, coolant anyway. I've got 2 screens for it. I tell you, that's a big difference from having motor coaches or buses. 2 screens ends up being about 300 bucks, 400 bucks. So this should be finished tonight if the parts come in today for it. So that's it. Should be ready to go soon. I'll show you what we need for these. These jake assembly things. This is the little pins that slide up and down inside. I'll turn this over. And the springs go in here and these slide up and down. But they're rough and getting stuck and the springs on them are weak. Let's see the new springs on them. And you can see them in there. So one half's on, other half to go. Put the valve cover on and be done. Air box and stuff to go in there, but that should be it. So in short, that's what's happening with the trucks, the trailers, the company, the oil field, the over-the-road stuff, subcontractors, and the trucks that I've got. It's nice to see Paul and Wes and Houston and Justin now all starting to get their own trucks and build something within what we're doing and help them go on the steps. They're good workers, they're good people. And it's nice to see that and be a kind of part of that. You know, I think people want to create things. It's not always about, I'm going to make all this money. It's about, you know, building something and seeing something develop a bit. That's kind of how it's always been for me. Maybe it should have been more about making some money and I'd be better off than I am today. But no, it's trucks are doing all right. It's been interesting times. You know, there's been a lot of scrambling and trying to keep things afloat during the last 12 months with the way the rates went down, the fuel went sky high and it became difficult. We survived that. It's kind of evened out right now. We're probably, as carriers and owner-operators, breaking even right now. It's not a time to be making the big bucks, but see, when the time comes along to make the big bucks, at least we'll be in it and be able to take advantage of it. You know, if you sit around waiting for the perfect time to go into it, by the time the perfect time comes along, the price of equipment's going through the roof again and it becomes tough. So I need to get back into watching some YouTube videos. I haven't been doing that much either. Just been kind of concentrating on a lot of things and doing a lot of work looking after my daughter, and I wouldn't mind going for a drive sometime in a truck. That would be nice. Grab a load of spuds and bounce down to Florida and back up. But it seems like a long way away. I'd probably drive 100 mile and I'll get cramp in my freaking butt. But anyway, hope this is alright video. The people that have sent me emails and messages and stuff want to know how things are. Hope this clears it up. We're still here, still alive, still kicking and still turning wheels. So thanks for watching. If you like it, hit the like. If you haven't subscribed, how no? See ya.